Nelson. I'm going to be showing you today how I convert my WordPress website, or at least a good chunk of the content from it, into a user manual that I can print or make a digital PDF from. So here I have my website. It's about Print My Blog, my WordPress plugin, and it's got a homepage and all that as usual. I've used another plugin called BasePress to create this user guide or sort of a user manual. So this is all the content on the website that I've already written. But basically these are mostly posts with a few extra features that are that BasePress offers. But I could have done this just with pages and posts, or maybe even another plugin. So I'm going to jump right into it. So I'm going to use Print My Blog right now to create this project. So I'm going to go to add a new project. I'm going to call this Print My Blog, the book. And I'm going to make a print-ready PDF. So I'm going to intend to put it on Amazon and sell a printed version of it. And I'm just going to use the classic print PDF, the design. And I'm not going to bother changing any of these settings for now. You might want to when you're doing it. This is the part where I think things get interesting. So here's where I edit the content for my project. So here on the left, I got a bunch of options for filtering. And this is some content from my website. So this contains posts and pages and also knowledge base articles. That's from BasePress. And if you have another plugin that adds other types of custom post types, they will show up here too. And on the right here is the content that's actually currently in my project. So this is the stuff that's going to go into my book or my user manual. So right now it comes with a title page and table of contents by default. I'm going to leave those. Now I've sort of planned out what my content's going to be, but I haven't actually organized it yet. Some of it's going to be stuff that's already on my website, and a little bit of it is going to be stuff that's only for the book. So how to go about that? So first I'm going to divide the main matter, that's kind of the main part of the book, into sections. So I'm going to click here. This is going to add a print material, which is kind of like a post, but it's just for the book. And I'm going to call the first one just about print. And in there, I'm going to add some content. I'm going to add some stuff that's already on my website. I'm going to add a few pages that I think make sense that explain about Print My Blog. So I'm going to add my homepage because it explains Print My Blog pretty well. And I'm going to add another one about, where is it? I guess put in another thing here. Anyways, I'm going to create a few more pages. So I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to go over the pages here. And I'm going to add a new page. I'm going to call it just Vision. I'm going to save a draft of it. For now, I'm just going to sort of pencil everything in of sorts. So I'm going to get the general idea down. I'm going to create another one. I'm going to call this one What's the Big Idea? So these are things that I think, vision and what's the big idea, this is stuff that I think will make sense on both my website and in the book that I haven't yet added. So that's why I'm creating pages. So I'm going to close this tab. And I'm going to go search and apply filters. That's going to refresh the list of pages. Oh, I'm also going to, I forgot, I'm going to include drafts because I haven't even published them. So I'm going to include those drafts. There they are. And I'm going to drag them into the About Print My Blog section. While I'm at it, I'm going to add an introduction. I'm going to put the introduction in the front matter, though, I think. Now, so I'm adding all these new things. And later on, I'm going to actually fill in the body of these, the introduction and vision and all that. But right now, I'm just sort of giving the high-level overview of my book. I'm going to add a copyright page. And that's going to go at the very beginning. And I'm going to change the look of it. So the template, the default template, and these other options, those will change how the post is shown on the page. Full page content means that just the post's content, not the title, not the author, not the tags or categories or any of that. Just the content is going to take up the whole page, and it's going to start at the very top. Centered content means it's going to just it's going to take up the whole page, but it's going to start in the middle and sort of work its way up and down at the same time. You'll see what I mean about that in a second. While here, I'm going to edit the copyright page just so that you have something to look at and be able to understand what I'm talking about. Copyright. Go Nelson. And there's more content I could add there. I don't remember offhand what's all the different stuff I should add to a copyright page, but that's a good start. And I'm just going to close it for now. So these this copyright page and the introduction page that I just added, those were not posts or pages or knowledge base articles. Those were basically there's stuff just for the book. They're what I call print materials. So they're not going to appear on the website. They're only going to appear in the book. Anyway, so I'm going to move along. And now I'm going to add another section to the main matter. It's going to be called Getting Started. And this is named after one of the BasePress knowledge base sections. I also have one called Getting Started for that. And I'm going to throw all my knowledge base articles in there that are on the topic of getting started. So I'm going to look for the post types, type knowledge base. And here I'm going to use this filter knowledge base categories to get all those ones. Where is it? Getting started. There it is. And I will search and apply filters. There they are. I'm just going to drag them in. I'm going to drag them below getting started so they appear in the right spot. And this, I admit, is a little monotonous, dragging everything over one at a time. It's not the end of the world. It takes about 30 seconds for this number of articles. But I admit it could be quicker. I haven't figured out the best way to do that yet. If you have suggestions, please get in touch. Anyway, so there's the Getting Started section. I'll add another one. What is my next one? I think it's PDF designs. There they are. I'll add another section called that, PDF designs. Bang, there it is. Drag everything in. And I won't bore you too much with all the other sections of my book. I'm going to have a few more sections. I'll skip those for now. I'll go back and work on those later. The last thing I want to show is some back matter. So I'm going to create a few more things here. So I'm going to create, actually I want another page. So I want something that's going to be on my website and the book called How This Book Was Made. So I'm going to open a new tab again here and add a new page. And this is going to be This book / website. Save that as a draft again. And here I'm going to sort of talk about basically what I'm doing right now. And let me see, is there anything else I want to add? Yeah, I'm going to create a few posts now. And these posts are also going to be in my book. So I'm going to create one called How Print My Blog Started. And I add this as a post in this case because I think this is kind of, I don't know, it feels posty more. Maybe I could have made it a page. Anyways, I've made a post. And that's going to be it for now. So I'm going to close this tab, go back here to my project. Now I'm going to look for those things I just added, those posts and pages. So I'm going to search for pages. I'm going to remove this filter. Click search and apply filters. There it is, how this book / website was made. I'm going to add that to my back matter. I'm going to find the post too. And I'm going to add the one about how print my blog gets started. And I'm going to add something just for the book called About the Blog. So all these things that I've just added, you can see there's titles, but I haven't actually added any content to any of them yet, besides a copyright page, which was very brief. I think while I'm here, I will fill out the introduction a little bit. So I can click on the pencil to go and edit it right away. So this is a print material, so this is only going to appear in my book. But here I'm going to write about this book is intended to help you get started with print my blog and give you some ideas to use it in the future. Not a great introduction, but let's start. So I update it. Now I'm going to close this tab. So there I have the basic outline of my project. Got some front matter, a copyright page, a title page, table of contents, introduction, then again to the main matter. So I'm going to talk about print my blog, and then getting started using it, and all of the stuff from my knowledge base, from BasePress, and PDF designs, got everything there. There's more sections I'm going to add later, but I'm not going to bore you with those right now. And then I'm going to save. So I'm pretty happy with that. Here's the project metadata. So this is just other information about the project that doesn't really fit in the design, doesn't really fit in the content. This is where I can change the title if I want, or add a subtitle, or add sort of source location. That means where this content is coming from. And just leave all that as is. Save. And now I'm going to generate PDF. Generate PDF. So this is the print page. So it's got the browser's laid out all this stuff here, all the content. This is the whole content of my book. Now, so that it's because we have this page here, then the browsers had a chance to run JavaScript and get everything ready. And now we just press download test PDF. Means we convert this page of HTML into a PDF file. And I'm just using the test PDF, so there'll be some watermarks on it. But it's free, so that's great. And here I'm going to change my PDF viewer to showing 2 pages at once, because this is a print PDF, meaning it's intended to be printed. I'll zoom out a little though. Meaning there's intended to be right and left pages, and usually we start on the right page. So there's a copyright page. Remember, I set it to have centered content, so here's its content right in the middle of the page. That's great. Then here's our title page. Print my blog, the book. Here's a table of contents. Pointing to the introduction, and each section is kind of got a bolded in larger font, and then a table of contents here, and then there's actual page numbers, and there are also links. Of course, when you print it, you won't see the links, so that's why they're all black. But there's page numbers because it's a book. And all this front matter, all is numbered with Roman numerals. And then we jump into the main matter about print my blog. So here's, and this is actually from my home page. But here's some content using some columns and content, and here's a gallery, which looks okay. Here's the bits that I haven't filled out. We're going to add the vision. I'm going to put some stuff there. And what's the big idea? Put some stuff in there. And then getting started. And you notice this new part, the design makes so each part starts on the right hand page. And so here we're getting started. Here's the overview of how to get, and this is all stuff from my knowledge base. So if I ever find any typos or I want to update one of these articles from my knowledge base, I can update it. It'll appear like that on my website. And then when I create a new PDF, it'll also take that most recent content. So it'll be updated in this PDF too. And there you have it. There's all this PDF, which is ready to be sent off to Amazon for printing if I want. Or I just print it myself. And yeah, feel free to give me any comments if you have any questions. And thanks for tuning in. Bye.